Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Wow, welcome back. This is the NgoVo Convo podcast. I'm Veronica, joined by Harrison. To my left, I'm to his right.
Yeah.
We're here.
We've arrived.
We're chaotically here.
Are we?
Yeah,
I think we're fine. I don't think.
Yeah.
We're chill.
Were we chill before this? I don't know.
No, setup was pretty bad.
Yeah. It's fine because we're both here to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. Mostly anime, mostly manga today. But also we're trying to clear up this never-ending backlog. We're just clearing up slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly getting there. But some would say it's two people. It's Harrison and I, Veronica and Harrison, conversing.
Like NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo spot right up on my head. Trying to throw me off.
A little. Yeah. Just a little bit. Almost worked. And this is episode 7 of our Haikyu Manga review series. So follow along. You do need to watch or read a little bit of this section. So yeah, manga-wise, it's chapters 230 to 246. And then I think 1 or 1.5 episodes was in season 4, the beginning. I don't remember what episode numbers. But yeah, we'll be talking about one game. It is the Tsubakihara? Tsubakihara?
Yeah, I think we decided just to do games versus like
actual like arcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from moving forward, we're doing Karasuno versus
because it's essentially just the Nationals arc, right? So
yeah, it's just the Nationals.
Imagine if you had to like talk about majority of the stuff and broken up into halves, and then finally.
Oh dear God!
Isn't that how we
originally had it? It would have been
a
lot. Yeah, it would have been a lot.
I was I like looked at her. I was like, I mean, I'd like to talk about each game. I feel like it'd be more fun. I think the last one there was like 3 or something.
On accident, I think.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We made it through. But yeah, so we're just going to be talking about one game. A little bit of backstory here and there because there was some.
Yeah, there was. Actually.
I mean, we can talk about Takada. That boy. He's something else.
Takada.
With his crush.
Oh, Tanaka?
Tanaka or is it Takada? Maybe I misspelled.
I think you misspelled.
I think it's Tanaka. Yeah,
it's Tanaka.
You're right. I probably just misspelled.
Hello?
The ending K is right there.
I thought you liked Haikyu.
I do. I just don't remember names.
That's on.
That's on brand.
That's on brand. Yeah. I was like, damn. All right.
That's on brand. Did you enjoy this little?
Are you okay?
I almost fell.
Yeah, for those listening, yeah, I just see her sway and tilt to one side. I thought she was just readjusting, which I'm sure you were. Kind of just adjusting your chair, and she adjusted too far. She almost fell out.
I almost fell. It's fine.
But I did like this, and it was a good reminder of like, so this is their first game, so they're like getting used to it.
It's like the first day.
First day.
So they're kind of just like walking around.
Walking around, it's like soaking in that it's happening.
That they're here.
Yeah.
Somehow. But I love the part where Nishinoya almost bumped into a girl. And it was just like face to chest. And he was just like, I'm ready.
This is how I die. I'm ready to accept.
He was like, I accept my fate. And then he just like falls face first.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of my favorite bits during this part. But yeah, Harrison, did you like all like the, I guess, outside story of the game? Anything outside of it? Because there's a few bits and pieces here.
Can you remind me of which ones I should? Just because I read far enough that I'm like, okay, wait, which side stories?
I mean, Tanada's crush.
Oh yeah, the whole crush. Yeah, the one girl he can talk to like a normal person.
But did you like how like all the third years were like, is he finally noticing she's a girl?
Or is it third years or is it like his?
It was like the
second
third years.
I thought it was like the
Yeah,
rest of the second years, but yeah, no, it was just funny because I think everyone was just wild that he was talking to the girl like normal, and he's like, "Oh, we're just been childhood best friends," and then I like, what I liked was this rest of the second year was just like, he's had this entire time. Excuse being
Excuse me?
high school boys. Um,
I loved her bubble thoughts though, because she actually had a crush on him.
yeah, yeah. I love that there was a misunderstanding, but
Yes,
that's fine.
miscommunications.
Miscommunication.
Like high school kids.
Typical it was a mini shoujo anime or section
Yeah.
in that whole ordeal.
It was cute. It was cute.
Good.
But let's get into the game. So this is like their first day, first game. Obviously, both teams did not want to go, but one had to.
Yeah.
And I think the Tsubakihara, I think that team, whenever their bubble thoughts came up, it was just like, I don't want to go home.
So I will say this is like when they kind of do this with the other games. Remember, like they'll kind of focus on the other team for a bit,
Yeah.
to kind of build off of where Karasuno is at and how they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do such a good job. Like the mangaka does such a good job in like getting into it eventually. At first you're like, oh yeah, like Karasuno has to beat these guys. You gotta hate them because it's if they
they're enemies.
They're enemies, right? But he somehow gets you to like be like, oh no, if I could, I'd root for these guys, but I can't. But it's like the feelings starting to inch towards that, right? Because you start empathizing and you start understanding like how they feel. Because you get time to see each character. It's really quick, but it's like you get like a quick like kind of.
It's like a snapshot
of like how they would be.
Yeah.
So I can understand how people could like get attached to some of these. Like these, not as much, but it's just cool that you start empathizing by the end. I think that's what I think. Definitely. The writing's really good. Yeah. Can you believe that this was only an episode and a half and
I was searching for this. I was like, I remember this team because they were like the blue and yellow jersey team.
Yes.
And then I was searching in season 4 in the beginning and I was like, where the heck are they? And then I think it was like episode 4 or 5. It was like the full episode. And then the next episode was just half of it because surprise, they did not win. The other team did not win. And then it just cuts into like other stuff, like side games they were watching. So I was like, oh my god, for like a mini game that's like 16 chapters, for it to be an episode and a half was crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, the point really was just to show like, oh, Karasuno just needs to literally warm up, like get used to the stadium. Really, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're in Tokyo. The stadium's obviously bigger, wider,
way bigger.
The ceiling's like higher.
Yeah.
So everyone just had to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But our ball boy, can finally read some balls.
He's looking. He's watching.
He's watching.
It's based on intuition and not just his gut reaction.
Which is like, I think, really scary because they start touching up on that because Hinata's always been like, oh, I'm a gut feeling zoomy kind of boy.
Yeah. No, and it's cool because it shows what it's finally showing what he learned from the camp, which is crazy because I still think like showing how much he's progressed here, and people notice, right? And how much he didn't do much. He didn't do much. Yeah, like you mentioned, he was just a ball boy. But it's so cool to see how he is trying to learn how to receive. Because he kind of knows, but he's learning how to get into place.
Yeah, like position himself.
Positioning and all that stuff. Because he's always close. But like, I think the first time was his face or his chest. And I think at one point,
he was like too far up or too far back. And like he missed it.
Yeah.
But it was good because like I think like even the coach and like Kageyama, they were like, oh god, he's actually like reading like the game.
Yeah. And I think anyone that's interacted with him and we're watching, they're like
Yeah.
impressed. They're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this is he's growing. He's learning.
He's growing. But then, like, we kind of get, like, the audience view, and they're like, oh, this kid sucks. Like, what
Which
is
is
he
such
doing?
a fun, yeah, it's such a fun like reminder of like if you just watch from the outside, I would be easily guilty. I'm like, dude,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell is this kid doing?
What is he doing?
He's playing volleyball at a national level, and what is he doing?
I know.
So
But
good
proud of
perspective.
him.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, this team needed to warm up. But Kageyama really needed to warm up, too. It was kind of weird seeing him like this, rereading it. So I was just like, oh, I do not remember
yeah,
him.
like his setting, like he has
Yeah.
to know like how many, like how far and all
how
that.
yeah,
He's misjudging how far.
how high. It was just it was
Yeah.
crazy.
But it's such a cool. I think in the anime it was done really well. Where by the end of the episode, it shows like it literally is just him loading the grid, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's such a cool. And it shows in the manga, but it just looks cooler in the anime.
No,
So
no,
I just
yeah.
like the idea of like he's loading up. He's literally just loading up his system,
He's like at like 25% right now, and he just
Yeah.
like goes up to 100.
and he's like, "All right, fully loaded. Let's go, boys."
I'm loaded. I'm ready to go. Also really proud of Yamaguchi. His float serves are getting better.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's such a cool. I think that was also cool because they're like building up people, and they give like the quick like his part is I think is more often not like a quick like okay, here's what we've been doing,
Yeah,
like with his
mentor.
mentor. I like how now he finally has like a focal point that he's a to reset right
Yes.
mentally, because I know that's like he's got the jitters, so he's like freaking out.
He's has anxiety. It's fine.
It's fine. But our boys finally actually
He's doing it.
dude, it hit. And I was like, oh, it's going. Oh my god.
I'm so proud of him.
Is this the point they allude to the second year that can also jump float?
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
was that later, or was this the next
I think
game?
it was in the next game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I just want to make sure. See, I think I
Yeah.
misremembered. But it's fine.
it was the next game. Yeah. But
Not
then
a-
like
not a big
Yamaguchi's
point.
always like, someone else here knows how to float serve. I gotta be better.
No, that's the thing I wanted to point to, was like he's starting to get competitive, which is, I think is in the I'm remembering because of the anime. And in the anime they made him like more of like a
He's more
good
timid
boy.
in the anime.
Yeah, more timid. So you're like kind of while in the manga, it kind of makes sense, which
Yeah.
is an interesting comparison. Yamaguchi's the one that I thought was like done differently, kind of.
I think so too. They like change up his personality in the
Mm-hmm.
anime. Like he's more timid. He's more just kind of like a background character.
Yeah,
Like you don't see that competitive side, and then when you read it, it's like
because when you read it,
Oh.
he says a lot more snarky remarks
yeah, he does.
initially. So his vibe, so him being a bit more like aggressive, this part
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. So
I love it whenever like people are calling his best friend Suki, and they're like, "Don't call him Suki." He's always like, "No, that's my name. That's my nickname." But obviously, I mean, there's 2 sets this game. Karasuno obviously won both. I think I really empathized with
Empathize?
empathize.
Yes.
I was like
Not
empathize.
what do you
Empathize.
now there's
with
an
the other
emphasis
team.
on your empathy.
I know. I was like, "Where's my
I'm like, wait.
words are hard." Today's a hard morning. It's fine. Yeah, the other team, because they're thought bubbles and they're like kind of like past selves. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna get to nationals. We're gonna go past like round 1," because they never got past round 1.
Yeah.
And then they by the end of the game, they're like, "We were just unlucky going against this team."
Yeah. But it's still like it does capture like once you hit nationals, it's all or nothing, right? So
Yeah, it
all
really
their
is.
thoughts, like you expect the same with Karasuno, but it was nice to see their thought bubbles or their conversations of like,
Yeah.
no, they're in the same boat. Everyone's like, no, we gotta win this.
Yeah, because they have third years. Like this is like their last season.
Mhm.
Like newcomers. obviously this is like the first game where someone underhand serves, so
Yeah.
which was like a new thing for Karasuno too.
Dude, I still love, and this is why I liked Haikyu in the sense of like, back then, for anime at least, there was Kuroko no Basket, right? And it's like,
Yeah,
or other animes would point to, other sport animes would be like, oh, this is a power.
this is a power up.
This is a power up. This is a special, like, they make it very,
It's like a special ability or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
very fantasy. But here it's like, oh, it's a new ability, but it's like real. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, he's doing an underhanded serve. Most people don't do this now because blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, most people don't do this because, past policies or whatever, game rules, like,
Yeah.
it's old.
But
And this kid even had like the worst anxiety out of everyone.
no, and that's when Yangi's just like, oh, I feel that for you.
He's like, I feel you, man. But yeah, I think I like the underhand serve move because it's just like Daichi and everyone, they're like, oh, we could get this.
No, because it makes that's the thing. You don't think about it. You're in the same.
Yeah.
You think the same
Yeah.
thing. You're like, oh, that's what's the big dealio?
Yeah.
Right. And then once he does it, because they introduce it at the end of set 1, and they get the idea of like, oh, the ball goes up. Oh, the ceiling lights are bright. And you, as a reader, I didn't think about that, and I forgot when I reread this. I'm like, oh, that is an issue. Oh my God.
You're like, oh, high ball, but there's like lights and stuff, and it's just like, where is it gonna drop?
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
But then he actually like uses it more in set 2, right?
In set 2, yeah. In the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just like, I really felt bad for them. First day, first round, they just
But it's
lost.
really, again, I think the game, typical, like it's like most other quick games, but it's fun to see because it was more fun to see the audience. Like, we follow a couple, I can't remember, but there's one couple
there was one couple.
There's one couple that's like, it's fun because it's like, I could imagine myself being in their shoes, and they're like reading off the paper and like checking out each team, and they're like, oh, I like that team, the black jersey team. It's like really quick. Like, so I think that was the fun part for this, is just watching their reactions and people like freaking out, or like
over the quick set, or like Hinata or something crazy going on. But I mean, there were two former Karasuno captains watching, and their reactions and like meeting the new team was hilarious.
It was so good. And I had to remind myself whose like third year's captain, right? Because I think the first one, the more energetic, emotional one, was when Daichi in the third years with the first years, right?
Yeah, we're the first years.
And then the other one, the more
straightforward kind of like quiet guy.
Okay, it was when
they were
Tanaka and like Nishinoya were like first years.
Because
you could tell when. That's what it was. Just cool to see like they both greet, or both years greet their captain in a way. So that was cool.
The former captains were scared of the first years.
Yeah, they're like, I love how like he was like I wish I remember which name was which. Do you have it in order? Is that what it is? It's Tashiro.
I think so.
I think Kurokawa was the second one.
It was the second
Comment
one.
down below if we're wrong, but
Oops.
we're bad with names. On brand.
We are. It's on brand.
Kurokawa was like, who's the first? It's you could tell like he's like paying attention, right?
Yeah.
The other one's just like freaking the fuck out.
I know. The other one who is older is just like, whoa, they're tall.
No, yeah. It is like... Tashiro's the one that was the older one, and then Kurokawa was like the one that analyzed.
Yeah.
He was like, who's the first year? Who are those guys? Right? It's like,
who's the quick set?
Who's doing the quick cut? Those guys are scary.
I love how they described Hinata perfectly. Like the third years are like, oh yeah, he's a monster. He's a brat. He's crazy. All of the things that he is.
Man.
But the only other thing I want to talk about was Hinata finding out there's another player that's just as short as him.
Yeah. And
who is actually called the Little Giant.
Yeah. Did they? Or I think they just kept referring to him
Yeah.
to the little giant. I don't think they called him that yet. Or the possible
Or they're
rising.
like, I think, yeah, it's a possible rising.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was cool because I think Hinata
Because that kid was from the training camp, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hinata has never seen someone as short as him. So it's just like, oh, this is interesting. This is different. This is something else.
And it was cool. So again, it's cool that like people were like freaking out, or the team was freaking out. They're like, oh, what if he like gets down by like seeing him and all that.
The third years are worried. Yes.
Yeah. But then if anything, it was cool. Like it was just cool to see like how they have this rivalry all of a sudden.
I know.
But I think the rivalry is like by the other kid. Because he's like,
what's his name? Hoshimi?
I got
something?
you. Give me a second.
Something.
I'm looking, spilling time. Don't worry about it.
With the wild hair, white hair.
Because he has like bird features.
Yeah.
Again, I love how each team has a theme, and that kid's the theme of bird features.
He's a little birdie.
Dude, okay. Yeah, Hoshi. I can't say his name. Hashomi.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He looks like a bird.
Yeah, he looks like a bird. But yeah, excited to see where, all this competitive and motivation comes from for Hinata.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Everyone's having these reactions to Hinata. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. Typical.
It's awesome. It's amazing. But yeah, that's all I had. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I think that's it.
It was short and sweet.
Yeah.
Short and sweet game.
Yeah. Actually, no. It was he saw and everyone's so worried, but I think Hinata actually said like, "Oh, I'm glad I came," because he's like happy to know that someone else is like. Because I think the kid was doing an interview. I think, right?
Yeah.
He was saying like, "Oh, why?
Why are you like talking about my height?" And
yeah, why would you say, "Oh, if you're gonna say it's great for someone of your height, that shouldn't matter." Essentially.
Yeah.
And Hinata's like, "Dude, that's great." So that's
amazing.
Yeah, everyone was worried, but he's like, I think Hinata was smiling, right? Because in the anime, it was just like showing the back.
I think he got motivated.
Yeah, it was more motivation. But the other guy was like, what? Why is he smiling? How is he not wowed? I like that's his thing.
I know. He's like, you're not wowed by me?
Yeah. No, I think it's cool. And I think, and then rounding back, didn't Tanaka break her heart?
Yes. I like how he just like blurted out. He's like, I'm interested in someone else.
Because he blurted that out. And then she was talking to, I think, her cousin or something, right?
Her other friend or cousin. Yeah.
No, I think it was her. It was a huge misunderstanding.
Oh, yeah. That was her cousin.
Yeah. So.
It was interesting.
But Tanaka learns he has a chance because he's a dumb boy.
What you mean?
Or is that the next? Yeah, no. Yeah, there it goes. I see it.
Yeah.
A big misunderstanding. He's an idiot.
The miscommunications of high school love. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's all I have. Is that all you have?
That's all I got.
Closing thoughts? Yeah. But thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on all of our socials at NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, comment down below what we missed out. Names we mispronounced. Names we forgot.
Oh, you know.
It really is on brand, so don't yell at us.
Or do.
Don't yell. Or do.
Yell at Veronica. It's fine.
Yeah.
I gave permission.
Fine. Harrison, the other half, gave permission. It's fine. But like this video, smash that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.